Hello, everybody. This is Chef Joshna here again with the Communal Lunch Project and another segment of Ask Joshna. This is a segment where we answer your questions about food and cooking, and I really want to help you have more fun in your kitchens. So ask the questions. We collect them on Fridays via Instagram at Communal Lunch, and they're answered every Wednesday. A video comes out. So this week we have one beautiful question from a student. And that question is about how to make a meal just with things that come out of your pantry. And I think it's a really, really important question. It's an important question, a great skill to learn. I think it's important to be able to look in a pantry or a fridge and see what's there and be able to put something together for yourself, right? So today what I'm going to introduce you to is the idea of a dish called spaghetti puttanesca. This is obviously Italian from our friends in Italy. And note, it's important to say that when you're doing a little like something out of the pantry kind of meal, a pasta is almost always reliable and it works, right? You can make a pasta sauce out of almost anything. It's very, very easy and simple. It could just be oil, chilies, and garlic. It could be tomato sauce. It could be cheese and butter. It could be eggs and bacon carbonara style. So today we're going to do spaghetti puttanesca, and all the ingredients have come out of the pantry except for we've got garlic, right? Because man, you gotta have garlic, and I've got a bit of fresh parsley here. If you don't have parsley, totally okay. You can leave it out. If you do have Parmesan cheese, that would be a great thing to put in. I don't have any Parmesan cheese today, so we're gonna go cheese free. But essentially, what was involved here is we have canned tomatoes, right? And these are whole tomatoes. I prefer getting the whole tomatoes because I think the flavor is better. And what you can do is just put them in a bowl and then have the delightful opportunity to stick your clean hands in that bowl and squeeze these tomatoes to break them apart. It is a beautiful stress relief. It feels wonderful to mush the tomatoes up between your fingers. So wash your hands, get in there and mush up your tomatoes. Really simple. Then we have capers, right? These are, remember, they're connected to peas, like green peas, but these guys are brined and they're a bit sour and briny and salty. Then we have olives, Kalamata olives usually, the black olives is usually what happens here, but I didn't have any of those. So we have green olives, and they're going to work just as beautifully. These are actually garlic stuffed green olives. Fancy person brought these over for me. Then we have chili flakes, because that's a key piece. Crushed dried chili is key. And then here I have tuna in oil. Classically, a puttanesca would be made with anchovies in oil. But let's just stick with the whole fish in oil thing. When you're thinking about making meals right out of your pantry, it's really great to have little tins like this. They're not expensive, and you can get the tuna with the oil in it, as opposed to the water. Get the stuff with the oil because that oil helps to bring your sauce together, right? Even some of that oil and some of the starchy pasta water can be reduced together in a pan, and it'll make you a beautiful little sauce, right? It'll work. It'll be quite delicious. So anchovies is what this classically would be, but I've got tuna here, so we're going to use that. But essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to add those beautifully crushed tomatoes with a good, like almost a quarter cup of capers goes in there, a generous, like 4 cloves of chopped garlic, chilies, olives, and when you're using the anchovies, you would chop them and saute them till they kind of just melt out with the garlic in the oil. It's actually a very beautiful thing that happens. And literally that's it. You just sort of let it simmer so everybody makes friends in that pan. Cook your spaghetti al dente, right? You want a good toothy bite to it so that there's some residual cooking that happens in the sauce and the spaghetti will drink in this beautiful sauce. Toss it together until it all sort of comes through. You may want to add some pasta water, so save it before you drain it and pour it down the sink. The starchiness of pasta water is really an important secret from Italy, right? The starchiness of the pasta water will bring a sauce together really beautifully. And you just need like a little splash, right? It's not a whole ton. So all of those things together, spaghetti in, toss it, garnish with parsley, blanket of cheese on top, and you can invite people over for this, right? It is delicious food. It's important to know the history of this is pretty sweet. There's many stories about the origin of this dish, but the one that I love the most is that it has its roots in brothels and brothel culture because it was a quick meal that the ladies in the brothels could put together in between clients. And it was stuff that was already there kicking around. They could make it quickly. It was delicious. It was satisfying and filling. Because remember, these ladies were working. And it would also smell really good. And so it would entice potential clients, let's say, in from the outside, which I think is a very cute, sweet story. So in a pinch, a spaghetti puttanesca or an any pasta puttanesca, to be honest with you, will serve you very, very well. I am getting really hungry, so I feel like I'm going to make myself one of these right now. Thank you for the question. Keep them coming. And stay tuned for the next segment of Ask Joshna. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.